art, and that, you know, brief is for underwear. Okay, here we go. Take your shoes off, I'm going to give it a shot. Okay, ready? Ooh. Okay, firstly, thank you very much. I mean, I'm having reading glasses on and I can still see that we're all together. I mean, what an unusually glorious family. And to be honored tonight, this is really something. You know, the truth is that all of us are in this business. As costume designers, we start when we're very young in a heightened world, before we know who we are becoming, before we can articulate in an articulate way. We see differently, and we want to be the same, but we can't. There's just something in us drawn to a different reality, and other people's dreams are our daily realities, and our identities change on a daily basis. And it's a little confusing when you're becoming a costume designer and you don't know it. And we study, and slowly we find a voice. You know, we find this extraordinary community, and we join it, and there's a bravado here, and a kinder mirror, if that's all that we fight for. We dress our opinions, and when it all comes home, when we walk into that empty soundstage for the first time as costume designers, when we arrive on location, when the morning, you know, it's still dark, and the theater, our seeds, and when you see your name on the call sheet for the first time and you quietly pick the extra ones left on the ground so disrespectfully. And you know, that's when there's nothing like it in the world, because we're part of something and there's proof. And our families with shared addresses, they try and understand why we couldn't work 9 to 5 and instead work 4:45 to midnight. My family, my mom, my great mom, my sister, my dad, I thank them for their inspiration and their consistent support and their wish to clarify my life. And my family and my friends, who as I grew up, and I'm not quite grown up yet, okay, who would listen to my stories and they would pretend to believe them until they became truths. And they allowed me to wear black chiffon and carry unread books to family events. But it is clear, and here we go, okay? It's clear that tonight this honor also confirms costume designers are witnesses. We can find old letters in inside pockets, and we can sit in a Walmart parking lot and understand that it's okay if people look good, and we have to keep looking at them until we agree. You know, occasionally, when one dresses extras, you have a chance, you have a chance to dress someone like someone you've lost just one more time and realize then that these images belong to all of us. But to have my family, oh my God, to have worked with Betty Davis, Henry Fonda, Marlon Brando, and have them tell you to dress the space between those words. But the great moment, and this is the truth, is in the fitting room when you look in the mirror and you realize that with that actor, that merger has happened. The actor has become the character, and you quietly take the rack of the other choices and push them out of sight and you breathe later. That when that camera rolls, we give it all away. And you know, don't worry about the budget. I say this, I look for it on license plates. You know, you can't budget the imagination. Costume. That's the key. You know, if it's a Western on one page, you put down undershirt, then you put down shirt, then you put down vest, then you put trousers, you put long johns, you put chaps, you put a coat, you put a hat, you put socks, you put boots. You try to do 3 costumes, but be very careful of the yarmulke. That's where I got caught. Anonymous thank yous. You know, I was kind of worried about getting up here, but I think you know who you are. The costume house who stayed open past hours, extremely past hours. Any costume house who actually locked me in while they went to dinner. Any costume house who didn't know what to charge me for the costume, which I picked up these extraordinary, beautiful pieces off the floor. Beautiful. So they weighed them. You know, and I'm having trouble giving back the borrowed Bonanza continuity book. I just need it for a few more days. And any studio service that allowed me to do a pop-up store on the set. You know, fabric swatches that were 3 yards. Any friend or relative whose clothes, this is an apology, I've altered, borrowed, aged, so when they put them on, they thought, you know, it feels a little different, you know? Any producer who I've worked with, who I've had to try to explain that contemporary clothes are not always contemporary. And any director who I've interrupted during a nude scene. There's a few more. Any assistant costume designer who tried to quit a movie more than once. Any crew that I overheard, this is the truth, that they could do an imitation of my work faster, with less stories and pain-free. And my agents, who allowed me to grow up, but I have to say, your assistants, they have to know how to put those calls on hold, okay? Because when they don't do it, it just looks like so many other costume designers are getting work, you know? But the Guild, we are another type of family, and it's extraordinary to do what you want and to be honored for that. And I do thank this room. But there is one more thing, just one more, honest. Okay, here we go, ready? Okay. You know, I have 5 storage units. I have bags filled with trinkets, waiting for their debut. And I do have unused red dirt from Santa Fe. But I would I'll trade all of this for the reality of tonight, and I am humbled. Thank you.